So take a look at this. Let me point out a couple of things when we get started. Been looking at Zod, and notice he has 3 different speeds, the fast, medium, and slow speed. You can have 3 fireballs on the screen at the same time. Now, what's interesting about Zod is you can shoot a slow one. Do you guys see that? You can create an unblockable situation to a 39% combo. So the reason why I'm showing this is huge, because everyone knows that he has an amazing 15 frame low. I think it's a 12 frame low. Let me check that. He's got 2 of them. Yeah. All right. So the back one's a 12 frame low. Forward 2 is a 15 frame low. Both are safe on block. Actually, no. Back one's not safe on block. But you would never just straight up do back 1. You would most likely do, what is it? Back 1, 2. Yeah, that's -8. So whatever. It's sort of safe, but not really. But like I showed in the little snippet that I recorded, what you can do. Oops, my bad. Again, all unscripted, and I'm really working on his execution in terms of this. Oh, I missed it, but I mean, again, working on it. Shit. Let's see. It's probably too high. Yeah, it's not. No, it's good to see. So you get the point. You can shoot a slow one. If you time it perfectly, you can turn into a 39% 1 meter combo. Now here's where it's going to get interesting. You do that once against an opponent, here's what you can start doing. You shoot this, and then what they're going to do is they're going to start jumping. Okay, so what happens when you start jumping against Zod? Well, you get it. If they jump back or jump forward, you can either anti-armor down 2 into a combo, or he has a 1 frame error 11% Punisher. Actually, what is that? Is that 11%? Yeah, 11%. You can meter burn it. What do you get? I think 16, 18? 18, yeah. Okay. So when you start showing them the unblockable setups like that, there's not really much they're not gonna want to give up a 39% combo. So you can start doing that. What's stopping them from just shooting a projectile? That's true. They could do that. I mean, this is not the only thing that you do, but what you could do is do it with this guy. And now they're like, oh shit, So you've got an overhead, you got a mid, you got a low to worry about. Actually, you got 2 lows to worry about. And actually, I want to get to the ghost of KT Smith soon. Actually, yeah, let me go and get that out of the way. I think every Zod player should name his or her own Wraith. It shouldn't be just Wraith. It should be a personal device. Meet the ghost of KT Smith. The ghost of KT Smith was the name chosen for my Wraith because, like, he's really good, but he only shows up like a little bit, and then he leaves and goes back to the Phantom Zone, or Obscurity, or whatever. So it kind of describes KT Smith's career in Mortal Kombat. So he's known as the ghost of KT Smith for me. So think about this. When you've got the trade out, they've got to now worry about the overhead from full screen. They've got to worry about this slow mid ball into the unblockable cross up, into, the setup, whatnot. Another thing they have to worry about is this. So again, full screen. And we'll get to the mid screen, close screen soon. You throw this guy out, you got an overhead and a low that you can't really combo. Actually, you could probably Zod dash in. Let's check that out. Oops. How do you reset for full screen? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you could like dash and get 24%. Whatever, it's full screen guaranteed. Let me show you something. This is where it gets kind of nasty. Full screen away. I want you guys to notice this. Okay, 3 bars meter burn. If you're like in this range right here, watch the second one. It's an overhead. It hit his toes, but it's an overhead. Watch again. It's an overhead that hits his toes. That's so stupid. All right, but that's awesome. All right. All right, so what you can do is you can obviously, you can trick them. You got overhead low mixed up. But even something better where you don't even have to move or dash in and time it. Is that going to hit? Let's see. No, you got to get a little bit closer. What's that? That's an unblockable. You can't block the overhead and the low at the same time. And then if you have this guy out, now they got to worry about this, and this. So you got to worry about a low, an overhead behind you, and an overhead coming in front of you. And then Zod can always dash in and go in for action as well. Now, I know a lot of people get pissed off when they play me with Sinestro because I do, when I get my trade out, it basically guarantees me a free 20% interactable. Zod can basically do the same thing, except with a normal. It's a trap. I mean, if you do like a slow fireball into a trap, and then, you know, it's really cool and people start, you know, expecting it. They're like, well, I'm going to jump it, or I'm going to, you know, get out of the way of it or whatnot. Well, then you can do a fast one. It'll throw off their timing. It's not probably as good and accessible as the trait, but with Sinestro, but it's really good nonetheless. Other B&Bs I like to do, you know, obviously his low starter. You would do this side if you want to switch, you know, if you want to switch sides, or you could just go for the strict. Oh, sorry, I'm playing new pad. Oops. I gotta break this shit in. Let me check some real quick. No, definitely the pad. You know, if you want to put them, and see what that did, by using that ender, it keeps them on the same, you know, pushes them in the corner. Space control on puts me next to the motorcycle. It puts you full screen where I think Zod's probably best. Now let's talk about, I mean, I think one of his downfalls, it's not really a downfall though, it's just something you got to get through. I think he has higher execution because his instant air fireballs, they're not the easiest, but he can get 3 on the screen at the same time, and then if he gets 3 on the same time, you can do a far one and they can land on that. It's really cool. OTGs them. What else can I show you guys? Cross up 1's pretty good. Cross up 2 is definitely shit. It's not really a cross up. It's more of an extender. You would use jump in 2 for combos like this. Let's see. What's a good one? Let's see. Yeah, and then, all right, so that combo ender, the reason why you would do that combo ender, it's a hard knockdown. So you can end with a special, but you wouldn't do that because what you would want to do is something like this. You'd want to end the combo with, you know, and then you get your trait guy out. Get some big damage. So, you know, anytime you end with 1, 2, 3, your second hit's an overhead, which is, you know, obviously another example of an overhead that he can use. It opens up the trait setups, and some stuff, I've never actually really attempted this, but some stuff that Blackfellow posted was, if you have the trait out, I think what he was saying was, have the trait out, you can get him for free. Because I get, all right, let me do that again. This is what he posted in the Zod forums. Like, if you're in this distance right here, you get your trait out, you can just Zod dash in, because you can check him with a down 1 and then immediately go into your offense. Zod strings, they're all lows. His forward 3 is extremely viewable. You know, you can definitely fuzzy the shot of that. His back 3 is okay. It's got good range, but you know, it's nothing to cry about. I think Sinestro is better, and I think Green Lantern's 4-3, you know, way better in comparison to this 4-3. It's pretty terrible, actually. His sweep is actually really good range. And I want to show you guys this. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that this string is +5. 1-1 down 2. The string is not +5. Case in point. If it's +5, I should not be able to do this. Well, that came out as a special. Hold on a second. Let me get my old pad real quick. Alright, anyway. I'm holding back. Punished. 1-1 down 2. It's not +5. I'm guessing it's -3 or -4. It probably is -5 or -4. But anyway, just want to get that out of the way first. So I'm tired of people saying, dude, he's got a +5 rushdown string. No, he doesn't. Stop. Just turn bristles off. Are they off? Yeah, they're open. Stop blocking, fool. Okay, so what else can we talk about with Zod? I think Zod is going to be a character that's going to reward players with immense reactions. Like if I'm in this range against Aquaman, he can't do something like a from the deep, like one of those trident spikes. You can punch the shit out of it. I think what Zod is really going to come down to is a couple of things. When you have trade out, he definitely can become a rush down monster for a few seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds. Full screen away, I think he shines there really well. I think this is a very deceiving high projectile, but it's really good. But if you're in 3/4 range, like I said, you have setups out the ass.